Hello everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day so far and a lovely week. So as you can see, I am back home now, back in London, and I've been home for about a week now. It's Friday now when I'm filming this, and I came back last Saturday, and it's just been one of those normal busy weeks for me, getting back to my classes, getting back to my students. But yeah, it's kind of chilly here now that I've come back, very crisp and cold, and I've even had to put on this really warm jumper because I'm even feeling a bit cold here in the flat. And I've just made myself this really lovely mushroom blend drink basically, and it tastes just like a sort of herbal coffee in a way. It's really delicious. It's got a blend of shiitake, cordyceps, lion's mane, chaga, and a couple of other things I don't remember, but it is really delicious, and it basically can really help with your immune system, your energy levels, can also help with memory and focus, and it's just generally really delicious as well. So yeah, it's really nice. But yes, I had such a wonderful week at home. It was just so incredible to be able to go back and obviously have time at home with my family, and just be able to be outside so much more, to be out in nature, and just to feel that sense of just realigning with everything that I love so much and that is so important to me, and just that feeling of connection and being out in the wilds. It was just so incredible, and it was also so beautiful to witness all the little changes that happen in every season there. It's really beautiful, but I feel like especially the changes from the summer to autumn are just so incredibly just mesmerizing, and the colors everywhere are just so incredibly beautiful. Thankfully I managed to get quite a lot of footage, and so I even had to break it up a little bit and insert a part of the footage into this video, because the experience was just so wonderful that I really wanted to share everything with you, and it was just such a joy to be able to film outside and experience all the beauty. And I just really wanted to say, of course, thank you so much for all of your beautiful and lovely comments on my last video. I'm so thrilled that you enjoyed all the scenery and just the video itself. I'm really grateful, so thank you so much. But yes, it was such an incredible week, and I just enjoyed every moment of it. But something that I was really thinking about this week that I kind of wanted to talk to you about today, and something that has really been coming up for me since I was home and after coming back as well, and that was the feeling of gratitude. And gratitude is something, it is such a topic that can be discussed on a very big level. So much can be said about this, and there's so much science that has been made and written and researched about this gratitude and the practice of gratitude and all the wonderful benefits that it can have. That there is so much to say that I was thinking of how I want to share with you what I have been feeling and how it has affected me. But essentially, I have been feeling such an overwhelming sense of gratitude ever since I have come back this week, and I just don't know how to explain it. I feel like I've had a true mindset shift, and then what I also have been doing this week that has really positively impacted me, which I want to share. But I thought that first I would just read and share with you some of the science and research that I have been reading up on and listening to experts talking on the subject to explain to you kind of what I've learned. Some of these things I already have known. For example, that gratitude is just an incredible practice and can just be so wonderfully impactful for everybody on every level of our lives, our personal lives, our relationships, our ability to just walk through the world feeling so much better in ourselves, especially if you are going through a difficult or challenging time. So I have just written some things down because off the top of my head I would not remember all of this information. The first thing I learned is that gratitude as a practice can essentially change the molecular structure of your brain, which I found absolutely incredible. And the idea that what you appreciate appreciates. So the more you appreciate something, the more it appreciates over time. And when you practice gratitude, when you practice real gratitude, when you are truly grateful for something, not just saying that you're grateful, but truly feeling it in yourself, in your body, what that does is it releases dopamine and serotonin as well as other things. And these are just two of the neurotransmitters in our brains that are basically responsible for our emotions, for our mood, and our sense of satisfaction and pleasure in our lives. And that they can essentially enhance your mood almost immediately, and they are making you basically feel happy from the inside. By practicing gratitude, it can essentially improve your optimism, your self-esteem and your satisfaction with your life. Because essentially when you are feeling grateful, you are just seeing things in a different perspective. And I have truly found that when you are feeling truly grateful, it is very difficult to feel sad. When you are truly grateful, it is very difficult to feel a sense of resentment or even jealousy towards someone. When you are feeling grateful, it is much harder to feel depressed, for example, because it is hard to have both emotions at once. And so that feeling of gratefulness, true gratefulness, can be so empowering. And apart from that, feeling grateful can improve your brain function, your decision skills. It can help with emotional regulation, with relieving stress and anxiety, boosting your immunity, and also help with sleep. So I found that all of those facts were just so incredibly fascinating, and some of those I had no idea about. And it is just incredible that a gratitude practice can affect you in so many ways. And a quote I heard somebody saying was that you do not need to wait for a greater life to feel grateful, but that when you feel grateful, you will have a greater life. And that just truly resonated with me this week. And so some of the practices that I feel are really impactful and that you can, I think, really incorporate quite easily into your life can be a gratefulness morning or evening routine. And studies have shown that apparently incorporating a gratefulness routine into your evening, so for example journaling a couple of things that you're grateful for, that can really improve your sleep and help you to relax so much more. By writing a couple of things down, you are really going through your day, you are appreciating everything good that is in your life, that has happened to you that day. I think that is a very impactful thing that you can do. Also, savoring the little things. So I think that anything, no matter how small it is, if it's just a cup of tea in your day, if it is a warm bed, if it is wonderful food that you've experienced that day, if it is time with friends and family, I feel that savoring the little things can be so important. Another thing that I have truly experienced this week and that has really affected me is nature and time in nature. And this is essentially what I wanted to come back to and share with you, is that when I came back at the end of last week, and I came back feeling a little bit sad that I had to come back to London and that it would be a little while before I could return back home and experience that wonderful nature and peace and calm and serenity again. Then on Sunday evening, I just had this thought and I made this decision that the next morning, on Monday morning, I would go outside and take myself on a walk around my local park. I said to myself that morning I would focus on just walking, not thinking about any issues of the day, and that I would just pay attention to everything around me, the nature, the sounds. And what I found was that I really came back home after that walk just feeling so different. I felt so incredibly energized, rejuvenated, so much more alive, and I just felt so much calmer and so much happier and just joyful in my heart. Of course, it could have been just the walking and the fresh air, but I really feel that being out in nature is a very simple but such an impactful thing that can truly give us such a sense of gratitude in our lives, and just by paying attention to all the little details around us. And I think, for example, if you also maybe like me live in a big city and it can be a challenge already to, find a space with nature, something that's a bit more wild, a place you can go and sit and feel peaceful, and be out in nature. That can be already a bit of a challenge in a big city. I think it is also easy to forget that these spaces and these little pockets of nature really do exist, and they are everywhere around us if we simply just take the time to explore and to find them and to pay attention to everything that's around us. I think that just by doing that, it can be such an impactful and beautiful way to feel grateful. And so I have been taking myself out on these daily walks every day of the week this week so far, and I have just felt so different this week. I have been feeling so energized, and I've been feeling such a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation in my life that I don't really know how to explain it very well, but I really made the effort to connect with everything that was around me and really pay attention to all the little details, to breathe in the fresh air, to look at the trees. I really found that I felt so incredibly grateful that all of this was here, right in front of me, and that there is actually so much of it. And even if it's not the Welsh countryside, even if this is all I have for now, that I am still so grateful for it. And gratitude is something that I have been trying to do for a while now, for the last couple of years, and I have been trying my best to keep up the practice of writing, in a journal, sometimes in the mornings, sometimes in the evenings, and I always felt like I was it wasn't quite working for me, or I felt like I was forcing it a little bit or overthinking it. I think that sometimes you have to really find what works for you, and as I mentioned, there's different things you can do. For example, going outside, experiencing a little bit of nature in the mornings, or writing in a journal, or taking a couple of minutes before you go to sleep to note down some things you're grateful for. But whatever it is that works for you, I feel that the practice of gratitude can be so impactful. It has also brought up all of these other emotions that I didn't expect. It has brought up these feelings of just peace and feelings of inspiration and creativity, feelings of opportunity, and that is kind of what I wanted to say, that it has been making me feel all of these different things, and I do believe that it was from just opening myself up and allowing myself to feel grateful for what I have. And I truly believe that when you feel grateful, you suddenly find so many more things to be grateful for, and suddenly all of these other avenues and feelings open up to you, feelings of inspiration and motivation and positivity and creativity and possibilities, and all of these different things can just open up to you when you feel open to the world and grateful for what is around you and for what you already have. I have truly felt that this week, and it has felt like such an epiphany, almost such an eye-opening experience, and it's something that of course I knew about before, but I never felt to this extent. And I truly feel that it is something you can feel when you find a way that works for you to incorporate gratitude, the practice of gratitude into your life. And for me, my morning walks have done that for me this week, and I truly felt like I needed to sit down and share this with you all. But this is just my own personal experience that I have been feeling this week, and I felt that it was so important to share with you, because I feel that what it has done for me this week and how it has made me feel, I truly believe can be so helpful and just such a wonderful thing for more people to incorporate into their lives, into their mornings, into their evenings, into their daily routines, to just feel so much better in their bodies and in their overall sense of well-being. And so I really just wanted to say that because it has felt like a true epiphany for me this week, and how differently it has made me look at the world. And I feel like I have looked at my whole life this week with a whole new perspective and a fresh set of new eyes. But yes, before this video gets too long, today I have a couple of things I need to finish off. So first of all, my fire cider, which has been sitting in this cupboard for quite a long time now. I need to strain it because it is definitely ready to be strained and used. And I also want to make a infused oil today. I want to set it up so that I can use it for various things that I want to craft over this autumn and winter period. Infused oils is just one of the simplest things, and one of my favorite things to do in herbalism, because you can then use them for so many different crafts and projects and recipes. So it's really a wonderful thing to have on hand, and so I'm going to do that today. And yeah, hopefully we'll still have light by the end of this video. And yeah, so I'm gonna get going with that. So here I have my finished little projects. Here is my finished fire cider, which is now ready to use. And as you can see, it's a beautiful reddish color, and I think that is from the pomegranate that I added this time around. And so I am really looking forward to trying it and seeing how it tastes this time, because I've never added pomegranate before, so I think it would be very interesting. And as you did see, I did add some honey into mine. And this is totally an optional step, as I mentioned before in previous videos. Fire cider can be done really with anything you wish, and with or without honey. It literally depends on your taste buds. And for some people, they find by sweetening it a little bit that it is a bit more palatable, and I am one of those people for sure. I cannot take a lot of heat or bitterness, so I do really prefer to add a little bit of honey into it. And I actually added my thyme infused honey that I made quite a while ago now during the summer, if you might remember. I infused some thyme, fresh thyme, into my honey, into my raw honey, and I now use that honey in here. So all of this should be really medicinal and a really lovely potent medicine, and I highly recommend for you guys to try. It is never too late to make yourself some fire cider, especially during these colder months. It can really help to ward off infections, or can also shorten the period of illness if you do get sick. It can really kind of nip it in the bud quickly. So really handy little homemade medicine here, fire cider. And then here is my infused oil, and I have made it with lavender, and one of my favorite plants, and of course it smells incredible. And I'm going to let this sit now for about 3 to 4 weeks, so hopefully by the end of November it should be all nice and infused and smelling wonderful. And then I'm looking forward to creating a couple of things with this oil that I have in mind. It is so versatile and so useful. You can create all kinds of lovely things with infused oils: body butters, lotion bars, lip balms, salves, all kinds of wonderful things, and can really be great as Christmas gifts or solstice gifts later down the line. So I am getting myself prepared, and yes, so I think I will close out this video here. It's getting a little bit dark already. It's quite amazing how quickly it's getting dark now, so I'm going to close out the video, and thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if it was a little bit long, but I guess I had a lot to say this week, as I'm feeling very inspired and with a new lease of life. So yes, I'm going to wish you a wonderful week and a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm really excited to see you in the next video, as I have some other wonderful things I am planning to share with you very soon. So take care for now, and see you really soon. Bye guys.